So today I'm just going to share a really good starter car that I think everyone should start with, as well as how to set it up and some really good techniques to sort of, understand car control. Before we can start the whole drifting lesson, we got to get a car. So I think a really good car is actually the Nissan S13 Coupe. Now you can also get the 180, but the 180's, $5,000 more money and it's heavier, so I prefer the S13. Now that you've successfully purchased an Iketani mobile, you want to know how to set this thing up. So we're just going to do a few base mods. We want to get racing suspension, obviously. We want just a stage 1 engine. Don't need that much power, stage 1 turbo, just, for whoosh noises. We want sports tires, and that's about it. Leave everything else stock. Don't do weight reduction. You don't really need transmission unless you get, kind of advanced. And by means, go, full stance boy. I'm gonna get these cool retro-looking deep dish wheels. I think they look really good on the S13. With stance, we want to go into geometry, lower it all the way, and max out the offset. I think it looks really clean. We'll mess with camber later. Now you're going to want to head out to Ibisu Drift Stadium. The skid pad is great for learning. And so here's basically my suspension overlay. Just screenshot it. We want 90% diff lock, no traction control, no ABS, but 100% steer assist. It's pretty important that you don't have traction control or ABS. Sports tires, 10 PSI. Don't ramp them up like I just did. You want a lot of grip. You want 0.9 for the roll bar in the front, and the rear you want 0.7. Obviously max steering angle. Drift cars like lots of steering angle. No Ackerman angle. You want the wheels as straight as you can get them. -3 camber in the front and -1 in the rear. Time to learn how to actually move this thing. So we're going to start with a basic e-brake pull. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drive up, get some speed, and stay in first gear. Obviously, you need to have manual transmission. Stay in first, and just rip the e-brake, hold it down, and know when to release it. Doing this little 180 pivot around a cone will be very important in learning sort of how the e-brake works. And once you understand how the e-brake works, you can incorporate it sort of into how, naturally you tap the controls. Here's a sloppy example of a quick just 180 pivot. I'm going to do that with the car. I'm just going to speed up in first gear, hit the throttle. Don't use any throttle in the corner, just on the e-brake. Just like only using the e-brake. Here I'm going to use a little throttle. If you can smoothly get a 180, now you want to try a donut. A donut's going to implement both e-braking and very heavy throttle control. Here's a really bad example of a donut, but this is probably, once you get the hang of it, what it's going to look like. Okay, you can successfully link a nice donut. You can consistently do the e-brake turn. Now it's time to learn to link a corner. What I'm going to do. So here's a little bit of skid pad you're going to want to go through. You stay between the white lines and just follow this little line right here. Alright, let's practice linking this corner. We're going to go in, feint entry, a little bit of throttle, hit tap the e-brake real quick. Just tap and feather the throttle all the way through. Make sure to use counter steering as well. Now you think you can link a corner? Try linking the first corner at the Ibisu Drift Stadium. This is a really difficult decreasing radius corner that comes into a very fast entry. run looks like. Well, I hope you learned something today. You can help speed up advancing your skill level by also practicing on different tracks in different environments. And if this video gains enough traction, I might even do an intermediate video, and maybe a more in-depth guide on tuning and how to set up a car. Now go deliver some tofu and don't spill the water.